Here's where I want you to differ. If you've ever crocheted and not done the invisible seam, I want you not to finish that last one, and I want you to cut the yarn so that you have enough yarn to put it into a darning needle. And all I want you to do is that I want you to pull this stitch through and grab your darning needle and put that yarn onto the darning needle. You're gonna do an invisible seam. We're gonna do this every time, so I'll show it to you once. So what happens is that this is extending out of the middle of the stitch. So what we're going to do is that we are going to use the darning needle and we are going to attach it to the beginning one. So we're just gonna glide up underneath the next stitch that's available to you. So instead of joining it like you normally would have done it, you're going to do it and put it through the stitch. Okay, so you're gonna put it through the stitch. But what you have to do is that if you notice that these stitches come down out of the middle, so when I go back and pull it, I need to go back down this starting one right here and then towards the back. So right down out of the way. So what that has done now is that it allowed it to travel out, around, and then looped it back. The trick is that when you go to do that, you don't want to pull that excessively tight. You want to make it look like it's the same one, because honestly right now you can't even tell which one it is. Isn't that fabulous? So what we're going to do then is in the back side we're just going to glide the stitches the yarn through, and we're just gonna lock it into position. Nice. And you want to do it firmly, but you don't want to do it so that it's gonna manipulate your project, and you're gonna go back and forth a total of 3 times. And don't allow that needle to get to the front side or you'll ruin it. So just coming back and forth 3 times, and now you can physically cut that right down into the project and you will never see it. And then because you went over top of that strand, the first one, there is your one there. So look, you can barely tell. I really can't tell myself, but you can't tell where you stopped and started. So this is an invisible seam that allows you to have no seams when it comes to a circle. So now we're gonna move up to round number 2. You're gonna choose any color, and then we're gonna begin from that point. So what you're going to do then again is drop your hook and cut your yarn just enough to get the darning needle through it, and you're gonna pull through and you're going to put this on there. And I know you're thinking, well, this is gonna take forever. Honestly, you get so much of a better look. So you're gonna put this on, and now you are going to put it through the top of the first stitch. It's actually part of the chain. So just coming in, okay, and in just straight across. So I've got 2 strands on there. So I'm coming in, and then where do I need to go in order for when I come back? I need to go down the middle of where the other one is coming out of. Do you see it? So just go down and just out towards the back. And you notice I didn't reef on it. I didn't pull it too tight because I want to make it look like it's part of it. So I just want to make it look like it's the same distance of stitches, and then once I'm satisfied I'm gonna turn it around and then just weave in my end in the back. So because the first one I never started off with the slip knot like I technically would have done normally, is that I need to take care of that loose end before I move on. So I'm gonna have to put that into a darning needle as well. And you want to make sure that when you're putting it into a darning needle that you're just fastening it in, but you're not warping your project by being too tight. So this is the last time I'll show you the invisible seam. So then you'll have to deal with your string that you started with to lock that into position. Again, use the same color. So just gliding it through the same color. Don't allow that needle to go out through the front, or you'll not be very happy to say the least. So you're gonna pull it through so it's in, and you can see I'm just kind of being gentle about it. I'm not being over tight about it, and then you just can go through. Okay, and look, there is absolutely no slip stitch there. Isn't that awesome? You can do this with hats. I'm telling you, it looks really quite awesome, because I hate when you're sitting behind somebody or standing behind somebody in a coffee line and you can see that. So you want to make sure you're careful that you make it look like it's the same stitch, or you can end up with an indent on the outside. So just be very careful about that. It takes a little bit of practice, but you're good to go. So let's move on to round number 3.